It's your girl Passion. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, you guys, so as you can tell by this video, I am going to be talking to you guys about conceiving. These are my personal things that I've went through, that people said, and how I personally feel, my opinion versus other people's opinions. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So how I feel about conceiving. If you are new to my channel and you haven't already seen my video on my miscarriage story, I'll link it across the screen in the card so you can go check that out. I feel like being in a relationship with someone in prison or married to someone, whatever the case may be, I feel like ultimately it's your decision. Whatever you choose to do with your life is what you choose. I think that you should live your life the way that you want to, what makes you happy, not what others think or be embarrassed. If, like I said, if you are new, I have a whole playlist on different opinions that people give, different things that you hear. I tell my coming out story of actually bringing it public, of telling people that I am a prison wife. And how I felt in the past before, feeling embarrassed with your family, friends to discuss it and stuff like that because of what people think. So with that being said, I feel like conceiving for me, if that's what I want to do, which that is what I want to do, regardless if my husband is in prison or not. I do want to have more children. I do currently have one child right now. And that wasn't through the prison system or anything like that. But I'm not going to let my husband being in prison stop us from continuing to add on to our family. So I do want to continue to try to conceive. I do get conjugal visits. And for those of you who are contemplating on getting married, or if you are already married, I get a lot of questions from women about is it against the rules to get pregnant, different things like that, how I feel about certain things. I feel like you should do whatever makes you happy, like, period, ultimately. If you want to start another family, I know it's hard. It's hard being with someone in prison without even having kids. It's hard, because everything falls on you at the end of the day. The financial, visitation, mentally draining, emotionally draining, because your spouse is not physically here with you. So that within itself is a struggle. Adding children, it is going to be a struggle. It's going to be harder. I've had people say to me that they don't think that someone who has life in prison should be able to have kids. I've had people tell me they don't think that it's fair for someone with a life sentence to be able to have children. And like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I feel like, honestly, what I told to this person who said that to me is like, you have men that are out here free in the free world and they don't take care of their kids. They keep having children with different women or whatever the case may be, and they don't take care of their responsibilities. So what is the difference between someone being in prison, that person is absent physically, on the day-to-day basis, but it's still the same thing, if not worse, you know what I mean? And with someone in prison, you will have that mental contact, emotional contact with them, talking to them, whereas you have people that are free and, like I said, have children and they're not responsible. They don't want to work. They live with their parents or whatever the case may be. No responsibility at all. The child doesn't even know them. So that was my response to the person. And you have some men who are in prison who are not responsible, who don't want to rehabilitate themselves. And then you have some who are working in there, who have gone to school, who are trying to find ways to better improve themselves, for themselves as well as their family, and be eligible to even get out, even though they do have a life sentence. So I think as a woman, you would just have to weigh all your options if you're not already married, thinking about getting married, or if you are married, if it's something that you ultimately want to do with your life. Look at, the all around of the man. So whenever your husband do come home, if he is one that is rehabilitating himself, um, do you feel like he'll be responsible enough? You have to look at that. Like I said, it's hard within itself being with someone in there. You're doing everything on your own and stuff like that. So you just have to think about um, the positive aspect of it, and that is your happiness. That's what I think about, my happiness. What will make me happy? And my husband is the only person that I've ever loved the way that I love him. Like his mental is more to it. We have a mental connection. We have a physical as well because we do see each other and stuff like that. But we have a mental connection with one another. It's something that I can't even explain. So I've never had that with anybody else on the outs, meaning outside of prison, free world, and stuff like that. His mental state, as far as what his goals are for himself, he's working on them. He's completed some of his goals already. As us and one together, we have. So I do see myself having more children with him. I do see that. And as I stated in one of my videos, it was about how much time my husband has. It says on paperwork how much time he has, but I don't believe that my husband will spend a life sentence in prison. I do believe that he will be coming home because of his actions, my actions. He has a strong woman behind him, um, and what he wants for his future, the outlook, the positivity that he's doing for himself right now and wanting to do it for his family, for his wife. So those are my outlooks. That is my outlook on how I feel about conceiving. I think you should just go for it and do, what you want to do, no matter what. This world is very judgmental. Being in a predicament with dating someone in jail in general is just judgmental. Everybody judges, what they wouldn't do, what doesn't make sense, the financial stability on top of it. But like I said, if you revert back to some of those people who are saying those things, women or whatever the case may be, how are they in their relationship, if they even have one? Is their man, working in the free world that's out? Is he providing, taking care of his children, meeting her halfway, 50-50? You have to look at it like that. Some of these people who are judging you don't even have their stuff together, and the person that they're dealing with are free in the free world. I would rather deal with somebody there that mentally encourages me, and we encourage one another. We feed off of each other's energy and all that kind of stuff, and have goals that is helping me do the things that I want to succeed in my life. And he's not even here, just by a phone call, just by a visit, versus being with someone who is in a free world. I don't know where they're at. I'm calling them, da 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 da, whatever the case may be. And let me just be clear, that is not the reason why I am with my husband in prison, is because I know where he's at and all that kind of stuff. That is not the reason why. I love him as a person, who he is, his mind, and all that kind of stuff. I just want you to see both sides of the situation, because it's really hard, especially a lot of women who email me and talk to me about how they feel ashamed with their family. They're not at the stage that I am now to openly talk about it. They hide behind it. It's embarrassing, you know, at some point. But then at some point you have to think, what do you want to do? What makes you happy? Like I said, look at the bright side of everything, the positive side of it, outside of the person being in prison. Not everyone in prison is the same. Not everyone in prison wants to do better for themselves. You just have to look and take the time to see what your man is. You really have to think about yourself. I just don't want people to think that you're forgetting about yourself and just putting it all on thinking about this man, taking care of this man and stuff like that. You have to make sure it's something that you want to do for your life. I don't know, maybe your decision is to not be with someone in prison or to give up on the relationship because it's not fulfilling the needs that you need for someone absent, as far as someone being physically there with you. You know, I try to be as honest as possible in these videos. I've had times that I thought about stuff like that, but I'll talk about that in another video. But my thoughts on conceiving, I feel like there's nothing wrong with you know, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having a child with someone in prison. I feel like it's nothing wrong with taking your child to go see their father, go visit their father, spend quality time, talk to their father, write letters, you know, different things like that. I am completely with all of that, the love, the peace, the happiness, all of that. I don't see anything wrong in it, and if you feel the same, I don't think that you should let anyone else discourage you from doing something that you want to do. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know what are my thoughts on conceiving. I hope this helped you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified of all of my uploads. Also, I do have a second channel for beauty. If you are interested in it, I will link it across the screen. It's Passion Beauty, and I will see you guys next time.
I had to let you know you're